people around here, they go to work to make money, to buy food, to give them strength, to go to work, to make money, to buy food, to give them strength, to go to work. Well, I was, at the time, I was living in a little town down the road from here, Okolona, and I was living in a little trailer, and my uncle, who was training me, came to my house one evening. I was sitting there watching television, and he comes in and he says, "Paul, remember all those times that you used to have pictures of Roberto Duran on your wall, and you watch him fight on TV, and you idolize him and all that?" I said, "Yeah, I remember that." And he says, "And I told you someday that you'd be in the ring with fighters of that caliber?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, I've got you a fight if you want it."
Ladies and gentlemen, this is tonight's main event.
Up until that point, I had never been in a big, high-profile, nationally televised fight. I had always fought locally or, nothing on television or anything. So when they flew us down to Atlantic City, here I was, coming from a little Hooterville town, going from that extreme to being in a big city fighting in front of 10,000 people.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the principals in the red corner, wearing red trunks, weighing in at 154 3/4 pounds tonight, fighting out of Tupelo, Mississippi. Welcome, Paul Thorn.
It was just a whole new environment that I had never been in. And it was kind of like when the Beverly Hillbillies went to the big city. I was out of my element a little bit, but at the same time I was ready to get in and go with it.
Fighting out of the blue corner tonight, wearing the red trunks with black trim, here's the former lightweight, welterweight, and junior middleweight champion of the world, Roberto Duran.
It's believed if Thorn has any chance, he does have a good right hand to get Duran early.
He's infamous for his stare-down thing. So, they brought us to the center of the ring, and, there was a stare-down. I mean, I did it, but I wasn't trying to be menacing or anything. I just looked in his eyes. I didn't give him a scowl or nothing. I just looked at him like I'm looking at you. But he gave me a scowl, tried to intimidate me. But honestly, his scowl didn't intimidate me because I can go up here to the Be Quick and somebody scowl at me, but that ain't gonna do nothing to me but, show me that they don't like me. I mean, I'll be a liar to sit here and say I wasn't afraid, because I was. But my uncle just looked at me and said, "Look," he said, "Man, we've come a long way. We finally made it to this point." He said, "Get out there and do it."
We have a packed house here at the Tropicana. In January, Paul Thorn KO'd a Kenny Lewis in the second round in Tupelo, Mississippi. And here tonight must feel like he's in the twilight zone as he steps in the ring and faces the legendary Roberto Duran in boxing capital, Atlantic City.
First round was kind of uneventful because I didn't do anything. And I think what he was doing, he was just looking at me. He probing me and just seeing what my vulnerabilities were. And in the second round, that's when it all hit the fan.
This is certainly his chance of a lifetime, even if it is.
I go out there, and man, I threw a left jab, and instead of bringing it back to the proper position, boom, like this, instead of doing that, I threw it and I did what's called dragging it. I brought it back down to my waist, and when I did, he took about a half step forward, and he hit me with a devastating right hand, and it was just right on the button. Boom.
And there is Thorn taking the first big right, and he crumbles to the canvas.
That's the first right hand that Duran threw. He set it up with that left jab, then he threw the right hand. Thorn's legs just crumbled. He popped right up. His lip is cut on the left side. He popped right up after the knockdown. He's still out on his feet. Thorn needs to just hold on at this point. He's cut inside of his mouth.
When I got up after that, I started laying into it.
And now Thorn with the offensive. I believe there's a cut on the left eye of Roberto Duran. Duran himself feels he's looking for a major upset of Tupelo, Mississippi's
I was in there and I was showing that I wasn't a punk, that I was respectable. You know, I was showing him that I was a real fighter.
Thorn's face looks like it should be on the cover of a wrestling magazine.
Every punch that Duran is throwing is tearing Paul Thorn's face to shreds.
There's some blood on the face of Duran.
Cut kept progressively getting worse, and by the 7th round, at the end of the 7th round, it was cut so bad it was hanging in 2 different pieces, and it was almost all the way up to my nose. It was that bad.
And Duran has connected and has opened up another cut, and here is Duran closing in and held by the courageous young Thorn. Duran has gone 10 rounds 34 times. Thorn has gone 10 rounds twice.
The doctor came in the corner, and he came in and he looked at me and he said, I'll never forget, he took me by my hand. He said, son, he said, I can't let you go back out. He said, you cut too bad. And I said, just please let me go back out. Please let me go back out. I did want to go the distance and say I went the distance with a great fighter, because I realized that even though I was a good fighter, I was never a great fighter. You know, boxing was something I had did for a long time, and in my mind when I started boxing, I was thinking about the pinnacle of boxing. I actually thought at one time that I had a shot at it. But, you know, say here's the top, I struggled along and I made it about right here. But this is all the skill I had. And so I had to get out. You know, I cried over it. But the thing that saved me was being a musician. You know, I think I was a fairly good boxer, but I think I'm a better singer, and I think I'm a better songwriter. The thing about living in a town like this, most people that live in this town, it's just they're in a routine, and they're not trying to do anything other than just go to work and come home and watch reruns of I Love Lucy every night. Whereas me, on the other hand, I do go to work and do the thing they do, but when I get off work, I'm pursuing something else. Driving down a dark road, can't see my hand in front of my face. I'm just spinning my wheels again, stuck in this same old place. Well, I got paint up on the axle, covering my emergency lights. I'm sinking deeper and deeper. I need a heart with four-wheel drive. 'Cause I can't get no traction. I hope to be making my living somehow through music. That's my sole source of income. And, you know, being out and getting to play in front of folks. Somewhere right around here. Somewhere down. My job right now, I work in a chair factory, and I put springs in seats. It's nothing glamorous. It's nothing where you have to even think to do it. It's just a motor reflex job, and I've been doing it for 10 years, and I don't want to do it for another 10. 'Cause I can't get no traction when I look into your eyes. I am a dreamer, and I have big goals that maybe the other average people, you know, Bobby Joe from New Texaco, he ain't got the dream I got. If you're dreaming, don't share your dreams with people that ain't dreaming, because they'll laugh at you and they'll mock you. Dreamers need to be around other dreamers. You know what I'm saying? I need a heart with four-wheel drive. Yeah, I need a heart with four-wheel drive. That's it.